Nearly everyone in the U.S. lives within 1 mile of a river, but half of the rivers across the country have unsafe levels of pollution that threaten the water we drink. National environmental correspondent David Schechter and a team of CBS News journalists spent 5 days traveling the length of the Delaware River to understand the threats almost all these waterways across the country face. They've assembled their reporting in a new CBS News documentary called An American River.
I think that Delaware's got so many incredible stories to tell. Every town's going to have its own story. Every person's going to have their own relationship with this river.
We are going to spend 5 days along the Delaware River, all the way up from the Catskill Mountains and into Philadelphia and all the way out to the ocean. And we're going to tell the stories of the people that are looking at these problems and trying really hard to fix them.
And David Schechter is on dry land now, joining me from Dallas with more on this. I didn't realize the Delaware River came all the way to New York, David. Why was reporting on rivers something you felt was so crucial and deserves this kind of deep dive?
Hey, Errol, thank you for having me. I think it starts with the idea that rivers have defined our sense of place in this country. And so you mentioned everybody lives within a mile of, or most people live within a mile of a river. Every community is sort of defined by the rivers, developed along the river. 60% of the water that we get to drink comes from rivers, lakes, and streams. They're critical for our existence, not just for recreation. And they are central to our connection to the environment. And we have fouled up our rivers in many ways through pollution, through overdevelopment, by building too close to rivers, putting communities and people at risk from floods and the risks that come with floods. And also now with climate change, one of the things happens is we get too much rain at the wrong times, which creates flooding. We get now more droughts, which create problems with how much water we can get out of the river. And the rivers are actually warming up themselves, which is threatening the fish that live there, and $100 billion fishing industry that depends on having the ability to have fish in rivers and enjoy this recreation.
It's fascinating. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I bet it will both be visually stunning, but also quite eye-opening on some of the points you've just laid out. And I understand that in the doc, we see a lot of behind-the-scenes moments with the crew. Your cameraman fell into the river at one point while filming in a kayak. I guess you dressed up in a Revolutionary War costume. Help us understand why that should be in this doc.
Well, I mean, of course, for journalism, you have to dress up in a costume like that. But really, when I thought about the Delaware River, the idea comes to your mind that the thing that probably most Americans know about that river is that Washington crossed it and was a significant battle, a place to during the Revolutionary War. And so we thought, well, let's go back, let's put on these costumes, let's spend the evening in the spot where his soldiers were the night before they crossed the Delaware, and get an understanding historically, not just from today, but historically, how important these rivers were strategically. In the face of that war, there were no bridges, and so crossing that river was complicated, and it was a barrier. And our country grew up around rivers at that point, and that was one of the things I learned that night. And of course, I got to wear a funny hat.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. We didn't see the footage of the cameraman falling in what we just saw, but folks will have to tune in. David, thanks so much. Appreciate you joining us from Dallas. His new CBS News documentary, An American River, can be streamed right here on CBS News 24/7 tomorrow, April 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern, or you can watch it on the CBS News channel on YouTube.